My name is Sasha Qualkenbush. I'm an attorney.
I'm Shannon. I'm a real estate agent and investor.
I'm Jackie Hurtis, and I'm a residential mortgage lender.
And
we're the Property Queens.
Today's topic, obviously how to buy a house. We're going to go through the steps with you, exactly what each of us will do in the process with you.
Step 1, the pre-approval. A lot of people love to skip this step and go straight towards the fun part, which is the home search with Shannon. But it really is important to get pre-approved before you start anything. It's quick and easy to do. Quick conversation with me over the phone takes 5 or 10 minutes. I take down all of your basic information. You send me your documents, and then we talk about the numbers, what you're gonna be comfortable with as far as monthly payment goes, cash to close, and then I look at the different loan programs available to you, and we figure out what's gonna be best for you and your financial goals. Once you are fully pre-approved, then it's time to talk to Shannon.
And this brings us to step 2, house hunting. This is always the fun part, where we get a list of all the criteria you are ideally looking for in a home: bedrooms, bathrooms, square footage, area of town, within your budget that you have already determined by talking to Jackie. And then we will go over all of those, narrow down about 5 or 6 of your top favorites. Then we go look at all of those and spend a day looking at all of those, narrow down to your dream house of the ones that we have seen. And then that brings us to step 3, writing the offer. With writing the offer, there's a couple things you want to keep in mind. 1, we want to make sure you have already set aside some money for the earnest money. This will be money that you will have to put up front within the first 5 days of accepted contract. Step 2, we want also, within writing the contract, we want to find our title company. In this case, we are definitely going to use Tennessee Title. And then step 3, we are going to make sure what we want as the offer price. So taking in consideration that the list price is up to comps and it is priced correctly. Generally in a hot market, you're gonna wanna offer very close to list, if not list price, especially if you're thinking about asking for closing costs. And at this point, you already know what the closing costs would be because you've talked to Jackie, and that is also something, like I said, we can write in the offer.
That brings us to step 4, apply for your loan. Congratulations, you're now under contract and on your way to purchasing your dream home. Shannon's going to send both myself and Sasha a copy of your contract so we can get going on our end of things. It's important that you get started as quickly as possible so we stay on your timeline and meet that closing date for you. On my side, we go ahead and we order the appraisal. I know a lot of buyers think that it's up to them to go out and hire an appraiser and get that scheduled, but we handle all that in-house, and we also order title. Sasha, do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, so the title search is where we submit in order to see exactly what's on the property. If there's an easement, a covenant, any conditions, if there's any liens, we're going to find all that information and we'll know exactly where the property stands, who owns it. And then once that's taken care of, there's a lot of work on our end in the back house that you guys won't have to worry about. But again, that's something that's back house that both me and Jackie will have to take care of.
And that brings us to step 5, the due diligence period, also known as the inspection period. This is the point in time that puts the ball back in the buyer's court, where you have time to review the house, hire a licensed inspector to review the house, and go over all the things that could be wrong with the house. Then, once we have looked over that report, you and I would sit down and we put together a pair of place proposal, which would then turn into an amendment once we send it over to the listing agent and the seller, and they have reviewed it and decided what they are okay with fixing and what they're not okay with fixing. And a lot of times with out-of-state owners, they will just give a credit towards the buyer that you can get at closing and then get those things squared away after you have closed.
That brings us to step 6, your closing disclosure. We are almost to your closing date. You're almost ready to get those keys. Prior to closing, we're going to be emailing out what's called your closing disclosure. This is an itemized worksheet essentially that lays out all the costs included in the financing and the title search. This will tell you your exact cash to close amount, so you know what you have to wire or send to your title company ahead of closing. you must sign this. This is a time-sensitive document that must be signed 3 days prior to closing. So it's really important, but I'm there to keep you on track and let you know when it's coming out and when you need to sign it.
And that brings us to step 7, the final walkthrough. This is an important step where we go back to the home and we walk it prior to closing and we make sure everything is in order. If the seller agreed to fix things, we want to make sure that they are fixed. Also, we want to review the home and make sure that the seller did not damage the home on their way out and the home is in better or equal condition as it was when we first did the inspection.
Where are the doors?
And our last and final step. Step 8, closing day. You're going to show up to Tennessee Title and you'll bring 2 separate things. First, your driver's license. Second, cash to close. That's the amount that Jackie gave you. You're going to either wire the amount to us prior to closing, or if it's under $10,000, you can bring a cashier's check. And I'll be there along with Jackie and Shannon, so make sure you come ready to take pictures. We'll get your keys. And congratulations, you just bought a house.
Congratulations.
Thank you for stopping by our channel. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment below if you have any questions, if you have comments, if you'd like to see any other topics that we should discuss, please comment below. And don't forget to tune in Tuesdays for Tune In Tuesdays. Bye, thank you.